Vajraya Namaha Om Vanale Namaha Om Khagaya Namaha Om Kushne Namaha Om Hiranyagarbhaya Namaha.
Good morning. This is Easter Sunday, but if it wasn't, it would just be another day that was exactly like the day before. It would be exactly like an unknown number of days into the future. We are in an extremely disruptive life cycle that is simultaneously both tedious and boring and stressful. I feel like I'm in a horror movie where the scary music is playing and I know something menacing is going to happen, but it never happens. We're possibly halfway through sheltering in place. So how do we keep the fortitude to keep going, to keep a positive state of mind for an unknown, continuing length of time? That's what we're going to deal with today. So before we do anything else, I'd like you to close your eyes and wrap your arms all the way around yourself and give yourself a huge hug. Visualize me in your mind's eye giving you that hug. If you prefer a high five or a pat on the back, do that to yourself. Maybe there are a couple of other people that you typically would greet in class. Go ahead and give them a hug or a high five or whatever you would like to do. Our unconscious minds are pretty simplistic, and I think we can trick ourselves into having the sense of physical contact with people that we miss. Great. Now let's go ahead and tune in. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. All right, for the first two things, the warm-ups, we're going to come up to standing. If you have high blood pressure or need to keep your head above your heart, you can do the first one sitting with your legs outstretched. We're going to be standing, and then we'll fold forward, and we're going to alternate holding the breath out and pumping our stomach, and then holding the breath in and pumping our stomach. Okay. A couple of minutes, feet together, legs together. You can interlace your thumbs or just hold your hands side by side. And we're going to stretch up, breathing with this long continual arc from the low back all the way up to the forehead. Thirty more seconds here. Great. In just a second, we're going to fold forward. And if you need to keep your head above your heart, come to seated with your legs outstretched, and then fold over your legs in that position. All right, so here we go. We're gonna fold over, take your time, slowly using your core strength to help you bend. And then once you're over, rest your hands on something if you need to, if it's too far away from the floor. Exhale. Don't let any breath in or out, and now pump your navel point. When you need to breathe, inhale. Hold the breath in, and again, pump. It's a little awkward pumping your navel in this position. Continuing in this manner, exhale all the breath out, pump the navel point in and out towards the spine with the breath held out. Then when you need to breathe in, do so, and pump the navel back and forth toward the spine with the breath held in. Great, bend your knees. You can rest your chest on your thighs if you like. Scoop your abdomen back towards your spine to give you stability as you roll yourself all the way up to standing. And if you're seated on the ground, go ahead and make your way upright. For the next one, designed to help us with willpower, stamina, ability to see things through to the end, take your legs as wide apart as they'll go. Your arms, your upper arms are alongside your body, and your forearms are parallel to the ground, relaxed and loose. And then from the hip bone level, you're going to make as big a circle as you can. It's an awkward movement. It's not a movement that may not feel natural. That's okay. Keep going. It doesn't matter which way you start. We'll reverse and go the other direction in a second. Okay, go the other way. All right, great. Inhale. Contract the muscles of the pelvic floor. And then relax. Okay, we're going to go back to the floor now. So you can heel toe your feet together until it feels comfortable. And then we'll make our way down to our backs. All good, videographer? Okay. Okay, so this is an interesting one. You are going to raise your right arm alongside your ear and about 60 degrees away from the floor. Raise your opposite leg, your left leg, about 60 degrees away from the floor. We're going to be breathing in and out of our left nostril only. So you're going to have to use your left hand to do that. Close off your right nostril with your left hand. Right arm up alongside the ear, stretched out 60 degrees from the floor. Same thing. 60 degrees with the left leg. And then breathe. All right, just a second, we're gonna change this up a little bit. We'll go step by step. So switch your legs, drop the left leg, raise the right leg again to a 60-degree angle. We're gonna continue to breathe out of the left nostril only. So you're gonna have to switch and close your right nostril with your right hand and then extend the left arm up again, 60-degree angle away from the floor. We're going to switch back to the original position. So go ahead and swap the legs. Swap the arms, still through the left nostril. Next inhale, normal, and then exhale. Close both nostrils for just a few seconds. Good, and then relax. And now we're going to take the legs together. We're going to do right arm and right leg. So just 6 inches above the ground with your right leg if you can. If it's too much strain on your low back, you can raise your leg higher. But as close to 6 inches off the ground as you can. Same degree of angle with your right arm. Normal breathing. This particular practice is said to be not a physical practice, it's doing a mental adjustment. This entire series that we're doing today comes from a manual called the Survival Kit. And I've had the book for ages, but I have not used it often. because most things in there are about dealing with some extreme crisis, like meditation to do during an earthquake, meditation to do at the time of facing death. Everything's pretty extreme. But suddenly, most of the practices in this manual seem relevant. And what we're into now is the set for nervous tension. Relieving nervous strain. Almost done with this one. Great, deep inhale. Contract the muscles of the pelvic floor. And then relax down. All right, next posture. Interlace your fingers. Put them behind your head. Take both legs strongly held together up into the air. You may need to go higher so that your low back doesn't strain. But come down to as low as a 45-degree angle if you can. This set is supposed to help your nerves be able to handle any stressful situation in life. So changes in your circumstances, changes in employment, changes in finances, moving, and for some of us, all of those are happening simultaneously right now. If you need to give your low back a break, take your knees into your chest, make sure your low back's firmly pressed into the ground, and take your legs back out. Make sure your elbows are against the ground. Almost done. Great. Inhale. Squeeze the muscles of the pelvic floor. Relax down. For the next one, we're going to come up onto our elbows. And there is a quality to the arm position that we'll use in this one and when we do the pranayama practice, where you want your elbows to be tight enough into your body where they're squeezing into the axilla or the armpit area. So get your elbows in, get a nice squeeze, and then you're going to lift your left foot away from the floor. And to whatever degree is possible, you press down through your right heel and try and lift your torso or your bottom away from the floor. So you actually might not lift up off the floor at all, but engage all the muscles as though you were. Tiny bit longer. Get that sense that you're lifting yourself up, even if it's just the engagement of the muscles and you're not really lifting away from the floor. Great. Engage the muscles of the pelvic floor and relax your leg down. Use your elbows to go ahead and push yourself up onto your knees. This is a funny one. So Upper body's relaxed. You're on your knees. You might want to get a blanket if your knees are sensitive and take your feet away from the floor. We're going to keep going with this for a little bit longer, but now it's going to be like you're walking around on your knees. So you might just walk in place, or if you've got a lot of room, you can walk around on your knees. All right, perfect. Very good. Inhale. Draw in and up on the pelvic floor. Relax. One more thing on our back. Everybody's favorite stretch pose. So you can put your hands, palms facing down, underneath the low part of your hips, on the sides of your buttocks. Your legs come away from the floor, whatever level you can, and keep your low back engaged, pressing against the floor. And then your head comes up, and you try and get your head and toes at the same level, gazing towards your toes. Strong breath, breath of fire if you know it. Inhale and exhale down. If you want to pull your knees into your chest, do that. Put the soles of your feet on the floor. Snug your hands underneath the sides of your hips. Use your abdominal strength, drawing in, scooping in, to raise your head, neck, and chest from the ground, and then take your legs back up. And inhale, engage the pelvic floor, and relax down. Again, take your knees to your chest if that gives you some relief in your back. I apologize. We're doing a third and final round. This one will be short, just 30 seconds or so. Go ahead and bring yourself into the pose. Great, inhale. Oh, good. And then a long relaxation. Come down onto your back for a couple of minutes. Take yourself as quickly and deeply as you can into letting go of the muscles of your body. Use the pressure upwards of the floor to help you to let go more, like you're turning yourself into jello. Now bend one knee, put that foot on the floor, press down with your foot to roll to your side, and you can use your hands to help you come upright. So we'll move to the pranayama practice next. And it's a practice where you use your whole body in the mudra, and will be inverted. It's a mild inversion, and I'll show you a couple of options. Let me grab the block here. So one way to come into the pose, it's like being halfway into shoulder stand, but you're not trying to get to shoulder stand. This is a posture in and of itself. So you can be on your back, your upper arms as close into your body as it will go. And then you take your feet back over your head and get your hands around your hips. Or, if that's a struggle, you can put your feet on the floor, press up into part of a bridge pose, and take your block underneath your sacrum. And this is a great option if you, again, should have your head no higher or no lower than your heart. So the ideal position is with the body at about a 45-degree angle, the upper body, and then you take your straight legs to where you're looking straight up at your feet. So if you were coming into the posture, kicking your feet over your head, you use your hands wrapped around your hips to help hold you up. So like the posture we did earlier, you want your arms to be close enough into your body so that you've got a sense of squeezing your armpits with your arms. Make sure your chin is not touching your chest. Have it lifted away a bit. The torso is at about a 45-degree angle, and then you take your feet so that they're directly over your face. We're going to stay here for a little bit. If you know Ujjayi breathing, you can start that throat breathing now. And we're going to use a visualization while we're in the posture. So if you think about a spot in your spinal column directly back from your belly button, that's where we're going to start our focus on the inhale. If your hands are around your hips, your fingers might even reach to that spot, and you can gently press there if it helps you. So moving deep into the body, as though you were diving into your belly button, bumping into the spine. On the inhale, feel like there is a movement from that spot all the way up to the back of your throat. Once you've reached the peak of the inhale, your focus will be at the back of the throat, at the back of the neck. And then exhale, keeping your focus at the back of the neck. When you're ready to inhale, shift your focus back to that spot behind your belly button, Manipura chakra, and feel as though there is, you could think of it like an icy cold drip of water moving down your spine towards your head, and then directly back from the pit of your throat in the spinal column of the neck. You feel that cold, icy cold liquid building up there as you're exhaling. When you inhale, shift back to the spot behind the navel point in the spine. Draw the breath in as you feel that movement, sensation along the spinal column to the back of the neck. On the exhale, you're simply focusing at the spot in the spinal column directly back from the pit of the throat, Vishuddhi chakra. You're doing a great job to the extent that you can. Remember that sense of squeezing the elbows towards each other so that you get that slight compression in the armpits. This helps to balance Ida and Pingala, the two crisscrossing energy channels along the spine. We're going to do 5 or 6 more breaths, but if you need to come out before that, you can keep doing the breaths relaxing on your back. This mild inversion is great for colds, for upper respiratory issues, for relieving chronic tension in the diaphragm. Do 2 more breaths with visualization, and then we'll come out of the posture. And you want to come out of it the way that you came in. So if you had straight legs back over your head, do that. If you had bent knees in towards your face, or if you used bridge pose and a block, make sure that you support yourself as much as you need to come out of the posture. We'll do a quick counter pose. So simply roll to your belly, legs together, legs strong, forearms in Sphinx pose. Get your elbows, again, close enough along the sides of your chest so that you can squeeze your elbows in towards each other. Feel the entirety of your forearms and the palms on the floor. Drag them towards your body as you draw your chest and heart forward and then up. Great, and then roll down. Use your hand like a little push-up, and we'll come up for meditation. All right, so get yourself comfortable. All right, so make sure you're comfortable. The hand mudra will be slightly different right hand to left. So with the right hand, you want the thumb tip and the middle finger touching. So no part of the fingernails touch, just the pressure is against the fingertips. And then on the left hand, it's the ring finger and the thumb pressing into each other. Your upper arms are alongside the body. The hands are at about the line of your chest, and then the hands themselves are nice and relaxed. Go ahead and close your eyes. To the best of your ability, have the eyes gaze towards the spot in between your eyebrows. will be like this for several minutes. And for this portion, feel like you're starting to stretch your breath out, that you're becoming more relaxed as your breath gets more stretched out on the inhale, more stretched out on the exhale. This part of the meditation is to create a sense of contentedness. Even though our day-to-day lives and the fabric of them may have changed significantly, we may still be able to cultivate a sense of being completely content with the different nature of our lives. We're going to alter the breath ever so slightly. Oftentimes we'll use a 3-part breath where we hold the breath in on the inhale. For this practice, we're going to do a 3-part breath where we hold the breath out on the exhale. So we'll do the long, slow, relaxed breath in. Long, slow, relaxed breath out. And then pause with the breath held out. Our body will, at some point, start to feel a little panicky. Allow yourself to calm your nerves for just an extra second or so, and then move back into inhale and exhale. Hold the breath out. Feel peaceful with the breath out. Feel peaceful with the breath out. And then when you feel the slight panic, calm yourself and then move back into the inhale. Stay loose in your wrists. Stay soft in the top of your shoulders and your jaw. continue to enhance a sense of being content, being peaceful, being happy. We're going to simplify the breath back to just a long, relaxed inhale, long, relaxed exhale. Maintain the hand mudra, nice and relaxed in the wrists. If your eyes have lost their focus, return them to gazing upwards as though you could see a spot between your own eyebrows. Have your focus now shift to your spinal column. Have a strong sense of your own spinal column. For those of you who have practiced Kundalini for a long time, you might even have a strong sense of it as a warm rod up your spine, laser sort of light. You might just have an ability to really feel your spinal column in its entirety. And now with each breath, feel as though you can expand your awareness to a slightly broader area from your spine. We're going to continue like this for several minutes. Continue to expand through your spine as though you're reaching out to connect with each other. Feeling the sense of team connectedness. Wonderful. And now take a deep inhale. Reach your arms up. Stretch. Hold your breath in. And exhale and shake your arms out. Inhale, reach your arms up. Simultaneously feel that rod of light in your spine and the rod of light in all the people that you connected with. Exhale and shake it out. Last time, inhale. Good. I would like to dedicate today's class to Matab, who turned 70 today, and my friend Paramatma D. King, whose birthday was yesterday. In our practice today, we worked on ways to allow our nerves to be calmed and soothed, to develop our willpower and our ability to keep going for as long as this takes, and to feel contentedness and connection for as long as that might be. Let's bring our hands together and we'll chant one long Satnam to close. Let's bow to that connection between us, even when we're apart. Satnam.
Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Banaya